What is going on, nation? It is your boy, C-Ton, coach of your Lehigh Valley Phantoms, bringing you our Week 5 matchup against Storm, coach of the San Diego Sneasles. Before we get into this video, make sure you check out his channel in the description down below. He's going for 200 subs, so let's help him get there. But starting at team matchup, it's about what I expected. We got the Manaphy, we've got the Ditto, which is going to be annoying, but I've prepped my team around it. We've got Tracheon, which is probably going to be Choice Scarfed, Charizard Y, obviously, Gourgeist, and Noivern. I didn't really expect the Noivern to come, but I think we can work around Noivern pretty easily. But right off the bat, I decided that he's probably going to lead off with his Charizard Y, so I'm going to lead off with Tornadus. Hindsight being 2020, I should have led off with Jolteon anticipating this lead. I have my Smackdown tech, but Jolteon would have been just an all-around smarter choice because I can Volt Switch freely on anything, considering I don't have Volt Absorb. And then he would have been forced to lock himself into Ditto if he wanted to take a hit, because his only other resist is Gourgeist. But we didn't do this, so we're going to go for our Smackdown turn 1 and try to knock out this Charizard. For some reason, in my calcs, I thought this would knock him out, but it didn't. He goes for his Tailwind, so that's going to be a little bit of annoying for the first couple turns. And I decided to go into Silvally because Tornadus does a ton of work in this matchup, but a Fire Blast would have knocked me out. So I didn't want to risk him connecting on a Fire Blast and taking me out turn 2, excuse me. So I decided to switch out and go into my Silvally because Silvally can take a hit pretty easily. He goes for his Air Slash turn 2, and I just take him out with a multi-attack. And now he's going to go into his Gourgeist, which I noticed is the small version of it. I think it was the small. So he has a lot of speed, which was strange because I thought he'd bring a supersized one to help check rain, but he's bringing a small one, and he's going to outspeed me with the Tailwind, go for a Shadow Ball, and he was Life Orb. This was a roll in my favor, and again, with my 2020 hindsight, instead of parting shotting out here, I should have just gone for a multi-attack and taken this thing out, because then that would have been 2 checks gone entirely, and it would have opened up the doors for the rest of my team, but I didn't do this. Instead, I go into my Ninetales, get rid of the Sun, get my Hail up, and I'm going to start setting up Nasty Plot, because once I get to +2, I can run through his team. And he goes for Destiny Bond, and this really threw me off. If you remember in our team builder, which is in the link down below, sorry I forgot to mention that, we built our team to be able to check our own team with Quick Feet Jolteon. My Silvally can't be touched by Ditto. My Kyurem can live a +2 Moonblast, and then in turn knock out my own Ninetales. Like, I have my team checked pretty well. He goes for Destiny Bond here, and here I make the misplay, and I get up to +4 instead of +2. So now I'm in a position that I should be switching out here because I can't check my own Ninetales at this point. But I'm foolish, and I go for a Freeze Dry, knocking this thing out. And now he's going to go into his Ditto and basically pick up 5 kills because it only gets 5 PP. But I decide that Tornadus is probably my most valuable member. Again, with my 2020 hindsight right now, having Bullet Punch on here would have been a really good check to this, but I thought my Kyurem was the check to it because his team didn't really have a whole lot of rocks pressure. So Kyurem would have come in and live anything pretty much regardless, but anyway, doesn't matter. It already happened. So he's going to pick up a bunch of kills, and right now my win con is basically him missing a Choice Scarfed Stone Edge with his Tracheon and me hitting regular Hurricane. So here we are. He's out of Moonblast. He goes into his Noivern. I miss the Hurricane. It doesn't really matter too much. I mean, it would have been nice to get some chip damage off. But he goes for a Psychic, and I go for Hidden Power Ice, and I crit. If I would have hit the Hurricane plus HP Ice would have knocked it out. Alternatively, 2 Psychics doesn't knock me out. So the win con's still pretty much the same. He goes into his Tracheon, clicks Stone Edge, connects, and knocks me out. And that is GG to Storm. So I kind of went over where my mistakes were. I beat myself with Ninetales. Like, I prepped around Ditto, and then I just got thrown off by the fact that he clicked Destiny Bond, and I panicked and decided that keeping Ninetales, the only way to do it was to keep setting up. But alternatively, I could have just switched out into anything else because he was going to go for a Destiny Bond again, because Destiny Bond was nerfed to the Protect rate, so it's not automatically, you can't just spam Destiny Bond. Yeah, again, hindsight is 2020, so all of this is pretty redundant. Good game to Storm. He definitely capitalized on the opportunity that presented itself, and that is going to be our first loss. Luckily for us, the rest of our division also lost this week, so we didn't really lose any spots or any ground in the standings except for Storm winning his second game and starting to creep up on us. But yeah, it would have been nice to open up a 3-game lead on second place, but that's not going to happen. So until next week, peace out.